Hello. So today we're going to go through and talk about concept from chapter 5, Kapitel 5a. One thing we would have done is gotten on our online textbooks, excuse me, and make sure you go through and try and say the words on 151 out loud. A bunch of food vocab that we're trying to add. And then on 151, it gives us some more words and phrases dealing with food. So page 153 is what we're going to start with. And what I'd like you to do is play that on your online textbook. So if you go to 153, you can click on it, and it will play the dialogue for you out loud between Dieter und seiner Mutter. Dieter will ask, auf welcher Seite des Kühlschranks ist denn die Marmelade? Yeah, looks like this. But I'm saying that because right away, Dieter says, auf welcher Seite des Kühlschranks? And we see this little word there, des. Yeah, see it? Seite des Kühlschranks. What's that? I don't think we've ever seen it in any of our readings before. Des means the, specifically means of the. Now, I pulled up this set of notes because I want you to find it, the Kapitel 5 study guide, and go ahead and with me fill out the spaces. And this will be your guide for using genitive. I'll give you more resources to look at, but that des in side of the Kühlschrank, Seite des Kühlschranks, means of the. And this is our last case called genitive. So what does that mean? Genitive shows possession. And in that, the way it's used in that first example is Seite des Kühlschranks, side of the refrigerator. We'll see it used in other ways to talk about relationships. Like there's a sentence in there that says, Anna, die Schwester meines Freundes. Meines Freundes. Schwester meines Freundes. Sister of my friends. So, my friend's sister. German doesn't use apostrophes to show possession unless it's a proper noun. Unless it's a proper noun. All right, let's see what the chart means to you, and you should go ahead and fill yours out too. Here we've got der. So when der goes to genitive, we'll say it'll be des. So des Mann. Here we've got des Vater. Now I want you to type in es after Mann and s after Vater. Why? Well, Mann has how many syllables? Mann. One. One syllable words that are masculine and neutral get extra letters on the end of the noun. Des Mannes. Two or more syllable words get just an S. Vater. So if I'm saying of the father, des Vaters. Das ist das Auto des Vaters, the car of the father. But if I'm saying the car of the man, das Auto des Mannes. Einwords do the same thing. I'm going to leave those out for right now to spare time. But notice das, those words, do the same thing. Kind is das Kind, so if I'm saying the child's car, that would come out as the car of the child. Das Auto des Kindes. Kind gets es because it's one syllable. Wörterbuch is a dictionary. And if I'm saying, the name of the dictionary, Die Name des Wörterbuchs. It's also des, but it just gets an S here at the end. So der and das do the same thing. Die and die, so feminine and plural, do the same thing too. Die goes to der in genitive. So if I'm saying the lady's car, das Auto der Frau. Notice, no ending. Masculine and neutral get es or s. That's confusing. The feminine nouns do not get in any additional letters. Same with plural. It goes to der, and then no ending after Katzen. The cat's car. Das Auto der Katzen. The car of the cats. All right, let's see how this would play out. Here are my notes. The dog's bed. Notice in English we would typically just do an apostrophe. What we're saying essentially is the bed of the dog. And so in genitive that comes out as das Bett des Hundes. Das Bett des Hundes. The exception here is with proper nouns with like Herr Klog would be Herr Klog's Auto. We can use proper nouns, but we don't need to use the apostrophe. In this instance, it would come before the thing. Guys, and there's more information on 156 in your online textbook, and I'm going to do more lessons about genitive, but this is meant to be a quick introduction where you can fill out these notes, so don't panic. The girl's book. So we know the word for book. We know the word for girl. Das Buch, das Mädchen. So to say the book of the girl, we start with that. Das Buch des Mädchens. Das Buch des Mädchens. The child's cat. Es ist die Katze des Kindes. The cat of the child. If we're talking about children, it would be different because it's die Kinder. To make that genitive and show possession, we would say die Katze der Kinder. If we're talking about my brother and his computer, I wouldn't say my brother's computer. I would need to say the computer of my brother. But das ist der Computer meines Bruders. Bruders, just one S, unlike up here with Hund. Hund, one syllable, so it's going to get ES. We're going to start to talk more and more about food later, but I wanted to go ahead and just give you, a quick introduction to genitive. Once you practice it enough, I think genitive is maybe the easiest to wrap your mind around, easier than accusative was when you learned it, or dative was when you learned it. But let me know your questions, and we'll check back in soon.